All right, Derek LeBlanc here with Top MMA News, here with the brand new ECC welterweight champion, McGrath. So first of all, I say congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah. So how's it feel to add another belt to the mantle along with the Elite One title?
Feels good. It's actually my third. I had an interim middleweight title with Elite One a couple of years back that I moved back to welterweight, and I'm focusing. I still want to get to the UFC, so chipping away.
Yep. So you beat Chris Frank here in the third round tonight. So just give us your thoughts on the fight tonight.
I think he was a really tough guy, and he was really explosive. So I think he was looking for me to take those submission attempts. But I didn't want to go for the submission and lose my position, so I just kept the control and floated with them and I landed a lot on the entrance strikes. I think it could have even been stopped at the end of the second, but the third, the ref was really watching close and got the stoppage.
Yeah, and now when talking about that, it seemed at points in the fight, like it looked like when Frank was trying to take his back, he's kind of looked like he was trying to maybe give up the rear naked choke. Did you see that and just decide to work more on your ground and pound?
At one point I was going for the rear naked choke, but I didn't have it. I was a little bit on the side. He had his chin in, so I felt like he wanted me to go for it so he could explode. He was an explosive, athletic guy, so I gave up the submission to keep top control. And I was landing a lot of strikes, and he was gassed after the first, and I was just getting going.
Now, how did it feel like now this is your first time fighting Halifax? Geez, I think about 3 years now.
2 or 3 years, yeah.
So was it nice to come back to like a familiar scene? Obviously, I know Moncton's been very good to you. Obviously, the last couple of years as well, and obviously fighting over the country through various spots. But was it just nice to come here and help?
Yeah, it was great. I started here, and it's great to get back home here. I got a lot of friends and family in the area, and I think that with the issues in Moncton with the commission and whatnot, I think this will give Peter and Halifax an opportunity, if he grasps this opportunity, to build the promotion again. And having local champions will help that, I think.
Yeah. Now, obviously, now we're talking about the New Brunswick thing. Have you been talking about Mike Williams? Has he been saying anything to you about, or at least anything saying on the record? Or?
I just know that he still has his date booked for January, and he's working towards, resolving the issues that they're having, and it'll get resolved soon enough. But in the meantime, I'm still looking for fights, and I want to stay active, and I want to collect some belts. Just a couple of talks. I may be going out west here in the new year, which I'd love to do. So, any Western promotions, I'm looking to come your way.
World Series of Fighting NFC. Maybe just we'll give a few hints for you. So. But also going in now, I know PEI's been trying to put on an event. How much do you actually know about that? Like, I know obviously there is no commission set. I know Summerside has been talks. How much do you really know about that? Or obviously, I'm sure that'd be one that you'd love to do.
Oh, of course. I'm asked to. I was talked to by a couple of promotions, but until there's a provincial commission, it's not going to happen. So I think it'll happen within the next year. So that's just my hunch, my guess. I got nothing concrete to go off of.
Now, you're talking about obviously wanting to make the UFC. Now, you did go last month to Toronto for the tough tryouts. How was the experience? Obviously, I'm not sure how much you can really say. Unless you want to give us like some big news right now. But.
No, I'm supposed to stay pretty tight-lipped. I signed a lot of confidentiality forms and whatnot, but it was an experience. It was a lot of guys I knew. It was my 22nd pro fight, so I know most of the guys across the country. There's a lot of mixture of lightweights, welterweights, and middleweights. There's 4 spots in each division, so they have a tough job picking guys out of that too.
So was it actually nice kind of have like a familiarity? Obviously I know like just on the Maritimes you had Ricky Goodall, Richard Arsenal, who you fought before. Like I said, Oliver Keith I know was obviously in like the same weight class, Matt DeRoche. So was it nice having a familiarity, and did you get a chance to maybe spar one of those guys?
I didn't actually roll with any of them guys. It's just they called 2 names and you went up and you did your thing, and really can't talk too much about the trials. But as far as my fights and stuff, I'm obviously kind of turned the page. I said on an interview on Top MMA News that number one, that if I ever miss weight again, I would retire. So I haven't missed weight in the last 4 fights. And I also said that a goal I had for 2013 was to go undefeated. So I think I'm sticking to my word. So.
Yeah, unless you get a fight before the New Year's, looks like that's gonna be the case for you. So.
Yeah, I would take a fight early December for sure. So keep my options open.
Yeah, so basically back in the gym on Mondays, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, maybe a couple days, but I'll be doing some jiu-jitsu this week probably, and I'm pretty healthy, so no injuries.
But no, obviously now, another thing I want to go back with the whole PEI, obviously now, in the last year, you guys have been definitely making a bit of name yourself, obviously, just Lenny Wheeler's been doing what he's been doing, obviously Roger's been kind of going around,
Jason Sago.
Yeah, Sago. That's the name I was trying to remember. Obviously, what he's been able to do. I know he's been trying to get on World Series of Fighting apparently. So, what has it been with PEI that's been able to make the jump up in the last year?
Well, my coach, Professor Paul Abel, he moved to the island a couple of years ago, and he's a second-degree black belt under Hoyler Gracie with also 15 years of Muay Thai experience. He's the guy that puts everything together. I'm obviously the wrestling and the judo coach. We got Jason Sago, who's a very good brown belt as well. Paul owned a gym for years in Bolton, just outside of Toronto, so we kind of had a lot of guys to train with that come back and forth between our gym and PEI that he opened and his former gym in Bolton. So his first black belt, Jason Figliano, is working out of the gym up there, and we got guys to train with. For a long time I was traveling 3.5 hours to Halifax here to train. I work at 5:30 in the morning shift to 1:30 in the afternoon, drive 3 hours, train for 3 hours, and drive home. That's a long day.
Yeah.
So it's a lot better if I can just drive 10 minutes, train, and get some rest. And it's just I can train full time now with a full-time coach who's just up the road. And Peter and Kevin were awesome to me at Titans. It's just logistically, it's a lot better for me, my health.
Well, it's one thing obviously to try and do in your early 20s, but you're early 30s now. I don't want to say age, but obviously now it's a lot better now. They have more stable, and obviously you have the family and all that too to think about as well. So
yeah, I'm 33, but I also think that I'm better now at 33 than I was at 27 or 28. I think that my technique is much better now. My control is better. I mean, my takedowns are always good, but I think kind of the whole game, I'm breaking off. There's a bit more diversity in my game, I think, now than there ever was. And another thing is I'm always working on working.
Yeah. And obviously with the influx, obviously with some of the guys that are coming over there, how has been like newer people coming into the gym? Obviously, I'm sure you're getting a lot more younger kids coming in now and getting like a
good guys
second
like,
generation.
Morgan Rhines and
yeah, definitely he's been really
Lenny when he's around. Jason Sago's by far my best training partner. He pushes me to limits, and I push him, and we got Paul on the side there. We got some boxers, Darcy McKenna, and a couple of boxers from the boxing club over there, KO Boxing Academy. So, we're working in the cage every day. We're doing jiu-jitsu 4 or 5 times a week, we're wrestling twice a week. It's a full-time job, and I love it. So,
All right, now before we finish up, any final thoughts or anything that you want to add? Shout-outs?
I thank my sponsors in the cage, but I want to thank my wife, Melanie, and my 2 babies. My 5-month-old son Levi, and my little girl Keely's going to be 4 next month. So.
Well, congratulations on that. So,
all right.
And again, so Matt, we always wish you the best success, and hopefully we see you in the future. Hopefully maybe on TV, if not at least hopefully out west.
Keep chipping away. Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt.
Thanks, guys.
This is Derek Obama, Top Man News.